tripping. It's this one thing that got me tripping. You did this one thing you saw, baby, feel it. It's this one thing you did. Oh, it's this one thing that caught me slipping. It's this one thing I want to admit it. You did this one thing and I was so with it. It's this one thing you did.
Hello everybody, time for another touch base episode, and here we are in my own little hideaway, just prattling along about all kinds of stuff. Now, first of all, I want to say that the recommendations for the first mixtape have all been received. I've done loads of reaction videos. I don't know whether I'm going to publish a few more of them the coming days, but at least I've got everything I need. Now I need to compile the mixtape, and the theme, in case you don't know, is artist name or song title that contains the word one. Now I really expect this weekend to get it all done and dusted, so next week I can talk about the actual first mixtape and basically show the tape that has got the music on it. So that is my aim, that is what I want to do. So in the meanwhile, there are some other things that I can do and I can show. For instance, I can show you an unboxing video for the latest album of Bruce Springsteen. Okay, I want to show you the vinyl of Bruce Springsteen, Letter to You. This is his latest release, and this is the special version for the indie record stores, and it's got some quite interesting elements to it that I want to show you. First of all, I like the artwork, I like the imagery, the front and the back looks fantastic. But when I opened this vinyl from its packaging, I saw some very interesting things here. So these are inner sleeves, and there's also a booklet. I will go to the booklet a bit later, let's put that aside. But the inner sleeves is an interesting concept. I also like the way how this is done. Yeah, very good. And when you originally buy the record, you kept this vinyl in here, but obviously you've got this inner sleeve that you can use instead. So take this out, and then here it says A side and B side. So this is the A side and this is the B side. So you can slide that in here. It's nice see-through, as you can see. Very nicely done. And then what I realized, when you have a good look inside of it, there's printing inside, also in here. So that is quite rare. I can't recall owning another vinyl record that has that level of detail, so I like that very much. And when I get the other record out, this is also an interesting concept, because there's a C side, but there's no D side. So what they do is they do etching on it. So when you see that, the light might show it a bit better, but there's etching on it, and the etching corresponds with this image that you see. So if you lay them next to each other, depending on how the light shines, you can actually see that it is the same as this back pattern. So that is a very nice piece of detail that I really like. So then you've got the C side here and the D side here. And obviously the music is absolutely brilliant. Oh yeah, also here you've got inside printed artwork, and put that inside here. And then you've got a nice piece of art. And I like the fact that nowadays people spend a bit more effort in the whole setup of vinyl records. There's one thing that I want to show still, because there's also a booklet. So just go through the booklet very quickly. There's basically lyrics in a different way. You see this? Very nicely done. Again, this is quite extraordinary how they worked this out. And again, also here, different piece of paper. So yeah, this is overall a very successful release, and I'm going to treasure it for a long time. Now, I hope you found that very interesting. There's another thing that I bought recently, and that was at my local record store in Camberley, that is the Rockbox. And I was there just looking at 12-inch records, but also 7-inch. I don't buy that many singles, but I saw this one, and just the irony of it, I just had to buy it. This is a single from ABBA. And that's the song Happy New Year. But when you look at the inside, it says 2020. Well, I think everybody can agree that this year has particularly been quite bad. But, you know, the vinyl record is quite cool. When you look at that, look at the other side, then you can see what's printed on it. So actually it's quite nice, and also it is a limited edition. It's got a number on it. Would have been lovely if that would be 2012 out of 4000, but or 2020 I mean. 2012 was actually quite a good year. So that's that. Now, other things that arrived is actually a cassette. This is a brand new release by RJ THOMPSON. That's called Lifeline, and nice blue cassette, as you can see, and it's got a nice little cover with some details on the back. It is quite cool. There is something very specific about this one, and if you are following me on my Facebook page, that is facebook.com/buildmymixtape, you can see that this one has got augmented reality on it. So when you download a very specific app that is built for this album and you hover on it, then you can see a mixtape popping up and then play some songs. So that's really cool, and I'm sure that in the near future they are going to put some more augmented stuff when you hover over the cassette. So this is quite interesting, a cassette that has augmented reality. So that comes when you put the cassette on it and you start hovering on the cassette itself. Yeah, not on the anything else, just the cassette that triggers that. There's also a vinyl album for this release, of course, and that also has an unboxing video. So here you go. Okay, this is going to be a very interesting unboxing of a vinyl record. This is by RJ THOMPSON, and the album is called Lifeline, and there is something very specific about this. Not as such that there are 3 vinyls in there and they have got 3 different colors. It is more the augmented reality that is introduced related to this piece of art. And first of all, what I'm going to do is basically get the wrapping off. Yeah. First, you see here on the wrapping a particular indication that it is a deluxe edition and that it is the world's first AR enhanced, interactive and ever-evolving vinyl artwork. So I'm first going to rip off the plastic. Here we go. Haven't opened this before, so no idea what I'm going to see next. So see the front, we see here the back, we see the tracks that are on the 3 vinyl records. Now let's open it up, see what we are going to get. So that looks very nice. It's got some information about the musicians. There's got some information about the thank you and all the details that you want to know if you want to dive deeper into all the people involved. And when I open this further up, yeah, you can see this all on one screen hopefully. Very nicely done when you look at this. So I would imagine that the 3 vinyls are behind here. So let's first go into this record. You have the lyrics. You got some nice work here as well, and you see the people at work get the vinyl record out, and this is a nice blue one. So this is the original album and the B-side. Very nice. So let's put that back in here. Now the second is called the piano versions, and again some more lyrics here. Very good. See which color this is. This is going to be red. So side C and side D. Okay, let's put that back and slide that in here. And then here's the last one, the remixes and bonus tracks. And again some more lyrics. And this is the white one, so side E and side F. That looks fantastic. Now obviously the next part that is going to be interesting for all of you is going to be the augmented reality aspect, and I will do that in a separate video. Well, I hope you enjoyed that. As I said, there's some augmented reality when you hover over the vinyl artwork. So here comes that bit.
When I set out to make this record, I had a clear vision that I wanted it to be as honest.
Springsteen is pretty much my favourite songwriter of all time, so he kind of makes a mark on everything that I do.
Excellent. That's nice, isn't it? Now let me just talk about these cassettes. Because normally when you buy new cassettes there's no problem playing them. But when you've got older cassettes, like for instance this one from Arcadia, So Red the Rose, one of my favorite albums, you can see that some decks have a problem playing it. That's because this is relatively old already. And it can get dirty, and it might make it a bit difficult to play. And the one way of finding that out is to use this, for example. Put it in there and just turn it around and see how much friction you get when you want to turn it. Because the more friction, the more work the cassette player has to do to play the songs, and then sometimes you get a wobbling sound, or even worse, the tape, it just gets like a big mess. It doesn't stay inside the casing, and then basically you have to throw away the cassette. So it is always good to keep an eye on these cassettes when you buy them second hand somewhere, like an Oxfam store or whatever, to make sure that these kind of tapes don't cause an issue. Talking about old tapes, it's always nice to have a double cassette. So I've got this one, for example, from George Michael. And when you open it up, you see two cassettes in there. Yeah. And when you take these cassettes out, so you have two cassettes. If you take them out, there's some very interesting artwork related to this as well. So when you open this up, it is quite cool. I really like that. And again, it is the attention to detail and giving you a bit extra, so that you are interested in not only listening to the music, but looking at the artwork while you're listening. So these kind of things are very cool to find, you know, nowadays. If you go to second-hand stores, or then yeah, you can pick this up for a few pounds, you know. So that's it could be quite good value for money. But when you do that, just check whether you actually need to clean these things. Now I do not know how to clean them, but somebody told me that you can do that. But you basically have to open this up and then start cleaning the mechanism that you this mechanism here. You need to clean this somehow. A point for me to look into, I guess. Sounds quite intriguing. So I guess that's enough for this week. I hope you liked this episode. I'm certainly going to do more unboxing of vinyl records or cassettes or anything else that comes my way, because yeah, I guess it is always nice to see what kind of effort they make in the overall experience of actually buying and owning this piece of music.
This one thing that got me tripping is this one thing that got me tripping. You did this one thing, you saw, baby, feel it. It's this one thing you did. Oh.